Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the MVVM architecture. Very basic stuff. Very basic stuff. I heard that most of you guys are having in difficulty in starting with the MVV. So let's see a very basic example of this MVVM. So I'm creating an Android Studio project with empty activity, and I'm leaving everything as a default. So let's go there. Think. I hope everyone can see it that my project building is completed. So अब पहले आते हैं थोड़ा theory पे. MVVM. M means for model, view, and view model. So models are kind of an objects, or you can call it as schemas. Whatever things that we display in an Android app, basically everything is a model, right? If you open a contacts app, each contact is a model. Each contact might have things like name, address, phone number, or if you open Google Pay app, each contact is again should be having some things like how much money you transferred and all those things. Those things are objects. So everything, you just assume that uh, everything you can see or interact is an object of some data. And coming to the view, whatever that you see as a user interface, UI parts is comes under the view part. And coming to this view models are something that is uh, provides data to the view. So you might be asking a question like why the view cannot create its own data. For example, it can also be an activity. View can also be an activity. Right now, in front of us, we have something like main activity. So if why not it create its own data while data is equal to get Fibonacci number, uh, Fibonacci numbers, and if it says 10, and it creates a function, and I can write the Fibonacci code in here. The question is why the UI shouldn't be creating its own data. I think we shouldn't be doing this. Let me erase it, and let's come to here. I just showed you to what is a bad thing to do, but we can do. We can create the data here, but we shouldn't be doing it. So view models are something that provides data to the view activities, because all the logic, whatever you do here, like logic to get data, it's up to the view model job. And this view model, as a definition, it means provide data to the view, and that's it. You write logics there or whatever, it's up to you. This comes a main part of the theory. Let's see an example which gonna be very basic, printing some kind of Fibonacci numbers on the screen. uh, yeah, let's start it. And coming to this, first let me arrange this packages so that you will have more context. So I will do something like create a view package, and what I can do is I can directly I just clicked on it and drag it and drop it into the view class. So right now Android Studio has some kind of bug, which is not displaying in here, but it is in the view class. How I know is I can see it is in the view class, but this is not. This is a kind of a bug in the Android Studio. So let me create another package called view model. In the view model, see, as soon as I create a new package, it gone into the view package. And in the view model, I can create something like main view model. As is a main activity, I'm creating it as a main view model. And in the models, uh, in the model I can do something like Fibonacci. So as this class can be the data class for now, as data class has some advantages like overriding to string and all those things. So in the data class, in the Fibonacci class, what all I want an index number to show, which is an integer, and I want that main number, the main Fibonacci number, which is also an integer. So there's a main Fibonacci number, and I just want an index to store it in here, which can go into this Fibonacci model. Uh, so when I'm displaying it in the UI, I can display in such a way, in this way, like, where is it? 21. So when I'm displaying it in the UI, I can display an index number and I can display a Fibonacci number. In this way, you will get something like, uh, first Fibonacci number is 0, second Fibonacci number is 1, third Fibonacci number is again 1. So in this way, we'll get the UI. So that's why I added an index number. And so basic arrangement is completed. View model, view, and view model, MVVM. So let's come to this stage. So Pele thing, I'm gonna do very bad practices in this project, and I'm gonna come to the what we do the best practices later. पहले क्या होते हैं, val main view model is equal to main view model, and I can do something like main view model dot get Fibonacci numbers. So this thing I can do right now. This main view model doesn't have anything. So let's keep it aside. Let's keep this aside for a second. And so why? What's the use of this view model? That's what we should be questioning. So we can write something like this, right? Get Fibonacci numbers in here, and this can return a list of Fibonacci's and return some kind of a list. So this thing we can do. What is saying? Return type to. Oh, sorry. And this thing we can do. Fibonacci 1 comma 2 comma. So something like this. Any kind of a list, and Fibonacci index is 0, and let me build something like this, and 1 index is 1. Yeah. So so we can do something like this. So and we can call get Fibonacci numbers in here, and we can show it in the UI. But the problem here hota hai ki, like, we shouldn't be writing any logical things inside our view class. The, main activities, because main activities is an Android component, and it is controlled by either the user or the system. We have no control on this user interface. So we have to separate this logic into some other classes, so which we instantiate by our own. Like in this way, we are doing val main view model is equal to main view model. These thing we are calling by ourselves, unlike main activity, because main activity is called by the system. So we have to shift into these kind of classes, whatever the logic is available there. So let me quickly wait for a second. Don't just directly get into how there's a wrong way to instantiate view model. I'm gonna explain that too. So we are sure that this is a bad practice. So let's remove this first. And what we can do is we can create a member function in here. Get Fibonacci numbers. Uh, we can use this number of Fibonacci numbers to have under the list. And by default, if we don't pass anything, we'll take the 10, and it will return a list of Fibonacci's. So I am supposed to write logic for this Fibonacci numbers. Fibonacci number. can be where fib1 is equal to 0 and where fib2 is equal to 1, and for I in 1 to n, what is the thing? So let me create a list. Val list of type is equal to mutable list of type integer, and I'm gonna do something like list dot add of fib1. What else? And fib1 is equal to, okay, let me create a val temp is equal to fib1. So don't focus on this. This tutorial is not about teaching how to do the Fibonacci numbers. You have better people to teach that. This is about, I'm just writing some this Fibonacci logic, whatever I know. Fib1 is equal to the temp. Oh, it's not the temp. Fib1 is equal to fib2, and fib2 is equal to temp. Okay, set. And when I'm returning it, so whenever this should be supposed to be Fibonacci, and this should be supposed to be Fibonacci of I comma fib1. So this, and when we can return that list. So this is how it is. I'm creating the get Fibonacci numbers from here, and I'm calling it in here. As I didn't pass any variable, it is by default data. Let us run it and see. Well, list is equal to main view model and log dot I can do fibo and list dot toString. Chalo, let's run it. See if I didn't do any mistake till now. I'm opening the logcat where I can see this fibo, what's happening. So if I go to fibo, see I got the Fibonacci numbers in here. Uh, right now, let's display something on the screen. We can do it by the list view. Just for the simplicity, list view and match parent, and ID can be just underscore view. Val list view is equal to type is equal to find view by id r dot id dot list view. So अभी इसमें we have to set the adapter. List view dot adapter is equal to array adapter of type Fibonacci of this comma, what else it is expecting, layout res android dot r dot layout dot simple list item one, and it will also expect an array which we are getting it in here list. Okay, so if I run it now, and then we can see that list on the screen. Let's see. So this is how it is. We'll see the all the Fibonacci numbers in here. So अभी इसमें let's see what happens when we rotate the device. The list is there, but I'll show you what problem we have. Is it running? See, as you can see in here, every time I rotate this, the list is coming up again and again because uh, this function is getting called again and again. Let's see log dot I fibo I got called. So every time I rotate the device, what happening is that function. So this function, Hannah, this is a very costly function. So generating 100 Fibonacci numbers, imagine, it will take certain time. So I rotated the device. See, it says Fibo I got called, and if we do this again it says Fibo I got called. So what we wanted is we don't want to call this function again and again, which is very unnecessary. So we have something like Android view model classes where I can extend this with view model. Right now, what happens is this function won't get called again and again. That is a kind of a benefit to us, so that and when we are instantiating this view model, there is a little bit different way to instantiate this, so that even our view model doesn't get instantiated again and again, so that it will only get instantiated once, and it can also serve the configuration changes that we can do by using view model provider of this comma dot get main view model class dot java, and in here it says it needs a factory, uh, and factory of type view model provider dot factory. It needs a view model provider dot factory. So how we can do that is class. So basically, factory means it is something. Factory pattern means it is something that tells how do you build an object, how do you create a object. Is comes under the creational design patterns, which is a factory pattern. So that's what we are doing in here. If we use a view model library, then we don't have to pass this, but let's we have to do this in here in the view model. Let's create a new class which is main view model factory, and this class will exchange main view model provider dot factory, and implement it. So it can return uh, main view model. Right now we don't have any parameters, so we can directly do t. So अभी आते हैं इसमें, we can directly do main view model factory. So this view model got initialized right now. uh, UI. So abhi still, let's see कि we don't have to do this in here. Where we can do it is we don't even have to do this. Okay. In the main view model, if you go to the main view model, in the constructor, as soon as this object is created, we can call this get Fibonacci number, and we can store it in a list. Val list of type, list of Fibonacci is equal to null initially, and as soon as this will get called, list is equal to get Fibonacci numbers. Okay, this should be where, and in the main activity mein, what we can do is we can call main view model dot list, and to string we can do this. What it is saying. Okay. Sorry, it needs an array. That's what it is. For now, let's do this bang bang. And so, Abhi, there will be some benefits. I'll tell you what this benefit is. Let me run this. And if you go to the locket, it just got called. And if you rotate the device now, see, there's no Fibo got called. So this whatever the array that's there, that is already available with us. Because the view model now, it will survive the rotation. Even if you rotate this object, this will not get called again and again. So if you do like this, uh, val main view model is equal to main view model. If you do it in this way, let's see what happens. Even in this way, it will work, but see what happens from here. See, Fibo, I got called. We don't want that to be getting called again and again, because we might change this list, and which we also want to store even when it is rotated. All these things are there. That's why we have to use this Android view models. If we do this way, in this way, then that will only get called only once. So अभी clear हो गया ना, an activity and Android view model. So usually this should be running in some kind of a computation thread, but for simplicity purpose, I have done this. And yeah, this is a very basic example that shows what happens in the view model and model. So inside this view model, we'll again use something like a repository pattern to get the source of data from somewhere else, either from the network or database. So if you want those advanced example to be coding in live, please do comment down below. I'll be taking up tomorrow if you like this video. Thank you. Ending the session in here.